This episode of the Golf Gambling Podcast from the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up at Underdog Fantasy promo code GOLFSGPN to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits. Support SGPN's free content by taking a second to give us a 5-star review and rating. Edge Boost. Edge Boost is the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved, no usage fees, no minimums, earn cashback rewards, 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN. Deposit 25 and EdgeBoost will match the deposit. Edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And finally, we're brought to you by MyBookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport, including props for the NBA playoffs, plus props for every single game. For the true degens, MyBookie is your money bag for faster deposits and payouts. They accept customers from a ton of locations. Easy deposit, lightning fast payouts using crypto. MyBookie.ag promo code GOLFSGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. That's mybookie.com promo code GOLFSGPN. Okay, we're live. A little stop in Texas before we head to Philadelphia for a fun 2 weeks. We got Philly then Quail coming up, so definitely excited for those the golf we have ahead. But we are here to talk the CJ Cup Byron Nelson at TPC Craig Ranch, a golf course that we have seen over the year, a golf course that KH Lee has really taken over, a golf course that we see a wide variety of skill sets get to the top. So I really think this is a great DFS week because there's so many different ways to score. You could be a great putter, you could be a great ball striker, you could be a bomber, you could be a shorter hitter. So I'm going to go I'm going to put the DFS board up and go through these names. And we don't have, obviously it's Tuesday afternoon, we have early ownership, but I'm going to give you a good inkling of, I think, who's going to be chalky, who's not, and then go towards possibly some lesser owned pivots that I really think you can make some noise. So we have Scotty Scheffler in a world of his own at 13-3. When you do click his name, you're left with 7-3 to build, which in an event that's super volatile, I think you could get away with a few Scotty Scheffler lineups. But I do think this is I don't think you want to fade him. I think this is a massive litmus test for Scotty Scheffler. I think we're really going to see where his game is at. Not necessarily if he wins or finishes T3. His frustration levels. We've seen Scotty so frustrated over the last month and a half, and it's really seemingly taking a toll on him. So he's playing this event. He wants that Texas win. He wants to play great in front of the home fans. But I really do think this is going to be a great litmus test. Because if he's not frustrated, I think all systems are go. I don't think you want to fade Scotty. Rest of this 10K range, I'm not too high on. If I had to pick one, it would probably be Sungjae because I just don't trust Jordan at $500 more. I know he's got good results here. I know he's great in Texas. But Sungjae can backdoor or play for a nice T8 easily here. So I'd probably just go to Scotty and not touch these two guys. But if I had to touch one of the two, it would be Sungjae. 9K range, definitely interesting range. We got Sam Burns down to Mackenzie Hughes. I think Sam Burns will garner some clicks up here. He's got a runner up here in his career. But I will say the man has forgot to how to play golf. And when you're forgetting how to play golf, it shouldn't be $9,800. Sure, he can. This is an easier golf course. He needs an easy golf course, but he had a good week at Hilton Head, one of his better approach and ball striking weeks of late. But I will say, I just don't think I trust Sam Burns at any price right now, just because his game is not there, in my opinion. He's got multiple T7s here, but I don't trust Sam Burns. I much prefer Ben on a golf course where he could definitely bomb it around and make birdies that way. Like I said, you can get away with bombing it and having a good putting week. Has been a great putter, no, but there's a golf course that on paper should set up well for him to hit it far and get hot with the short clubs. He's in great form. T8 at the API, T16 at the Valspar, T21 at the Masters, T4 here in 2024. So I'm down for Ben on. Taylor Pendrith right underneath him. He's priced this way because he won last year. I don't necessarily love the form that he's in. He's not really hitting it great. I want to deep dive him a little bit more than just saying I don't love the form, because obviously he knows how to get it done around here. But I will say he got it done with a really, really good putting week last year, and he's back-to-back weeks not ball striking it well, not hitting the approach shots well. Driver putter works though, and if there's a way to do it, driver putter, Taylor Pendrith has done that before in his career here, so I don't mind it. Siwoo, he back to priced high. Remember I talked about last week or last start. Siwoo's drifting play him now. Now he's back up. We do not touch Siwoo when he's $9,500. He's played well here before. He's from he's not from Texas. He lives in Dallas, but still, I don't love it. So I'm really not loving this range. I do like Steven Yeager and Ben Griffin, though. Steven Yeager is a uber confident golfer. He's a guy who's played well here before. He finished T11 in this event before, T20 here before, and he's coming in off some decent golf, T30 at the Heritage, T52 at the Masters, T11 in Houston. But what Yeager is going to do is absolutely nuke it off the tee, and this is a golf course where you can get away with that, and he's in some really, really good iron form. He's gained on approach in now 5 straight weeks. That's the first time Pendrith has gained strokes on approach in 5 straight starts since August of 23. So that's a long time. That is definitely a long time. We're getting Yeager in some really, really good approach form. We know he can get hot with the putter. We know he can win in Texas. And we know he's not scared to just be super, super aggressive and go super, super low, what you need to do around this course. So in the 9K range, he's definitely my favorite golfer. Ben Griffin, I don't mind him coming off of the win. He's just a well-rounded, good golfer who's a good DFS play, can make cuts, and can make it happen. So 9K range up the top, I would go Ben on. Towards the bottom, I really like Ben Griffin and Steven Yeager. All right. 8K range. Let's get this screen pulled down a little bit longer. We have Rasmus Højgaard down to Harry Hall. And I do like some of these names towards the top. I do like Rasmus and I do like Nikolai. I think I would have to just go. If I had to pick one of them, it would be Nikolai based on price. And they have a very, 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 very similar ceiling. Also, I don't think Rasmus is all the way there yet. He chipped like a 37 handicap last week. And I think that could be the difference in him making a cut, missing a cut, winning, not winning, T10ing and T11ing, whatever that may be. I think that little difference of him around the greens is going to be tough to overcome this week. So I would just prefer Nikolai if I had to pick one of the Højgaards. Nikolai striped it at the Zurich. He definitely carried, and he's been in some decent form. I really do like Will Zalatoris. I think this is a great price for Will Zalatoris in Texas. And I saw people tweeting, well, is Will Zalatoris lost after like a 73 in round 1 at the RBC Heritage? He finished T54. It wasn't great, but he had a great Saturday round, shooting, I think, 64. And he's really hitting the ball well. He gained 3.5 strokes on approach for the 4th time in 5 weeks. He's in good ball striking form. The putter is a real issue. Yeah, I'm not going to say that's not an issue, but at $8,800, he gives you a really high ball striking ceiling. He can stripe it, he can make the cut, and he could surely finish inside the top 10 in this field. So I do like Will Zalatoris at $8,800. Tom Kim might be a little chalky at 87, but and even then, chalky or not chalky, I'm definitely fading Tom Kim. I don't think this is a good spot for him. He's a little bit lost. I would say it's a decent price, but I don't think it's he's just lost right now. He's lost 10 strokes on approach in his last 2 starts. Another almost 4 strokes off the tee in his last 2 starts. That's not going to get it done on any golf course, and I think the pressure of him playing in Texas, playing a pseudo home game, probably playing in a group with Scotty Scheffler, he's going to want to press so hard and have a great week. Those home games never really work out. So I'm going to be fading Tom Kim at this price of 87. Towards the middle of this 8K range, I really like Ryan Gerard. I'm going to avoid that Jake Knapp chalk because we know it's going to be there. Ryan Gerard, $8,600. He's proven to be able to play well on longer courses, bomb it out there. Not that this is a longer course, but he could definitely be aggressive off the tee with the driver. I worry a little bit about the approach game, but he's proven to be able to get hot with the putter. He finished runner-up at TPC San Antonio, another TPC Texas course, drawing some dots there. So I like Ryan Gerard at 86. Ryo Hisatsune, 83. Getting a little bit expensive, and I think the run is due to come down a little bit. It is a good course for him on paper. I don't mind it. And Eric Cole, at this price, I'm all for. We know he could backdoor a nice finish T23 here back in 2023. So I'm definitely down for some Eric Cole. And then Seamus Power, Harry Hall. I don't mind Harry Hall. I like Harry Hall better in the desert, better on the West Coast. But he had a really, really good approach week last time at TPC San Antonio. Gained 6.8 strokes on approach. That may have just been Harry Hall's best approach week of his career. That was, in fact, Harry Hall's best approach week of his career. It came at TPC San Antonio just a few weeks ago. So now he heads back to another Texas TPC course in some decent form. If he can roll a few putts, sure, he could play well, and he gained 1.5 strokes putting last year. So Harry Hall at 8K, I think, is a great play in this range. All right. 7K range. Let me put the screen down a little bit more. We have Alex Smalley, Matt Wallace, Thorbjorn Olsen, Kevin Yu, Rico Horry, Austin Eckroat, Sam Stevens, Kurt K, Mike Thorbjornson. I'll talk about that group first, then I'll do the bottom of the 7K range. So up top, Smalley is a great DFS play, way better DFS play than he is a bet because he can't win unless it's like a top 20 or top 30, top 40 bet. He can't win a golf tournament though. I think when he starts to drift in pricing, I don't want to bet that or play that $9,400 Alex Smalley like we see sometimes. Now he's drifting. Now he's in some looser form. But that being said, this is when you kind of want to run out Smalley, when he does drift, when he's on a TPC course, when he's on a golf course that he can stripe those irons. And we're getting that now. Thorbjorn Olsen rates out really well for me. He's going to go very under the radar and could definitely – he's not going to make a ton of birdies, but he could shoot a smooth 4 under, 3 under, 5 under, 4 under, and just pot for, oh, look, Thorbjorn Olsen, T7 at $7,800. That'll pay the bills for sure. I really like Austin Eckroat at $7,700, a man who's not afraid to win, a man who played his college golf in this area of the country, and a man who, when he gets hot once, shows one sign of good form, he could pop. He had his best approach week since week 1, Kapalua. So he's been really not great this season, but he finally found something with the irons at Harbortown. Good sign going into a course that should suit him well. I also like Sam Stevens at $7,600. His form and his profile is not going to turn any heads, but it's a good price for a golfer who's very, very, very motivated. I've talked to him and his caddy a bunch of times. They are really geared up for this week, a course like this, and they are playing a ton of golf and very, very confident that they can win an event. So Sam Stevens is sometimes priced too high, but I think this is a great price for him here. So 8K range, I like Smalley, Olesen, 7K range, Smalley, Olesen, Eckroat, and Stevens. Towards the bottom of this 7K range, I also really like Lee Hodges in the middle. Lee Hodges continues to just hit the ball really well. He was hurt a little bit early on, but since he came back, he was hurt around, February, I assume? But now he's back. And what did he do last week? Missed the cut at TPC San Antonio, missed the cut at the Zurich. Don't care about those. I mean, the San Antonio is a little bit worrisome, but he's been striping it. Continues to gain on approach, continues to gain off the tee. I worry about the short game a little bit because the time off. The short game is going to take a while to come back. But in DFS, I think he's a good play. We know Taylor Moore in Red States. We play Taylor Moore. We don't overthink that. And then towards the bottom of this 7K range, Nico Echeverria. When will Nico Echeverria ever be priced in the right spot? Why is he $7,200 and Jacob Bridgman is $8,500? It makes no sense. Nico Echeverria knows how to win, knows how to mix, knows how to absolutely stripe his irons from a clean lie. Played great at the Masters. I don't understand. He's never priced right, so I will play Nico Echeverria a ton. I want to take a deeper look at Cam Davis because he has a special place in my heart. Also, Ryan Fox should be a good play here, aggressive player. Cam Davis is really in really poor ball striking form, which is a bit worrisome, but he's never missed a cut here. He's putt well here, and Cam Davis is a high ceiling player at $7,100. I think is a great play. So 7K range, I like that. Fox, Echeverria. Really, I don't mind Doug Gim. You play Doug Gim on TPC courses. And like I said up here, Lee Hodges, Austin Eckroat, Thorbjorn, and Alex Smalley. Let's get a few plays in this 6K range before we get out of here. Don't worry, we have another show tonight, the betting show with Dom. So 6K range, I really don't mind Adam Svensson. Adam Svensson has a new putter in the bag, and we know that when he's putting well, he could perform well. He putt well last week with Cam Davis at TPC Louisiana, and he's not hitting the ball poorly at all. Mac Meisner, SMU Mustang, Dallas guy. Look for that connection to not win, but play well. Really interesting play here. Christo Lamprecht, Korn Ferry Tour guy, first round leader at the Open a few years ago. South African, maybe like 7'4", hits the ball so freaking far. So freaking far. This isn't a golf course where you can necessarily absolutely nuke it all over the place, but you could definitely make some hay with some distance if you're hitting it straight, and Lamprecht can do that. So I'm not sure how he's in this field because he's a Korn Ferry Tour guy, maybe a sponsor exemption, but look for Christo to have a high ceiling with the driver. So I like those 3 at the top of the 6K range. Towards the bottom, I really like Jackson Suber. I prefer Jackson Suber on easier golf courses, which is what we have here. Low nuance courses, that's what we have. So I like Jackson Suber. And then anyone else down the bottom, I wouldn't mind going back to Matthew Riedel. We saw him play well in Houston. He's a Texas guy, so make a connection there. And then finally, Braden Thornberry made a cut at the Zurich, which I talked about last week with Dom. We cashed that top 20 plus 750 with Thornberry. Thornberry is a generational practice round player and a generational easy course player, so I think he can make a cut. I think, where is he? Jackson Suber can make a cut. Those are probably my favorite plays in the 6K range, along with Christo Lamprecht, Mac Meisner, and Adam Svensson. So that wraps up the DFS show. We'll be back later tonight for the betting show with Dom. So any questions, any concerns, you know where to find me. And best of luck this week. Thank you for listening. Peace.